I'll begin with Boatima Odro. I see senior attached to your name. Can you explain what that senior is? Because I've not seen that before. A senior attached to Boatima Odro.
Okay.
You can come closer to the microphone so we can hear you.
I'm a twin and I'm the senior.
Oh, okay. Atapayin. Atapayin. Wow. That's beautiful. Oh, okay. I am the senior and a senior and a junior and you know it. Wow. That's beautiful. All right. So you at KNUST, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can you speak a bit louder for us? Okay, so we can hear you. You at KNUST?
Yeah, KNUST.
Okay. Which course are you offering there?
I'm reading BSc Land Economy.
Land.
Economy.
Okay, so that's a course that the minister also did. Wow. So maybe one day you become the minister for education. All right. So that's wonderful. And so you are reading land economy. Which junior high school did you go to?
That's I would say services basic school.
Which what?
Services basic.
Services basic school. Where is it?
Complex around supply.
Oh, in Kumasi.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. And can you tell us about your family?
Okay. Well, I live with my dad and my sibling.
Mm-hmm.
And we are 2 girls and 2 boys.
Okay.
Yeah. And well, I would say my dad is someone who is really interested in education. Yeah, he's a lecturer.
Okay.
So anything about education, he doesn't joke about it. Yes. And from the time we started school and all that, well, it will get to a point that you get tired and all that. You wouldn't want to continue. Yeah. But he being that man, his kid is supposed to go to school.
That's right.
Know the importance of education and all that. Yeah.
All right. So this is something that was said here last week. That because you have gone to school, it's likely that you want your children to also go to school. So having a lot of students go to school, what it means is that they now understand what education is. And by the time they get out of school, marry and have children, they know the relevance of education. It's likely that they will ask their children to go to school. Did you enjoy the free senior high school policy?
Yes, I did.
What about it did you like?
Okay, first I'll talk about my school.
Tell me.
It's a school that I didn't like.
Okay.
It wasn't my choice.
Okay.
But I got it. I had to go. Yeah. When I entered the school, to be honest, I even cried. I didn't like the school because everything about the school, and I've heard it, but I thought it was only our teachers were committed and all that, and we wouldn't know.
So those who say, I want this school because they have heard this, that's why I asked you, is this something you heard outside? Because this is some of the challenges that we have. You realize that sometimes they will say that the school is full, there's no accommodation for the student. You'll be surprised that there are schools that are empty because the student that are sent to that school heard something. I remember I met a girl at the Nat Hall and she told me that she didn't want to go to that school because somebody told her that, there's something I want you to tell me. Could you have gone to the secondary school without a free senior high school policy? And did it ease some burden your dad? Was it okay? Could he have afforded to send you at that time? Did you think that the free senior high school policy?
Teachers, I was always thinking about it because I'm a twin and we are all going to the SHS. But then it can get to a point that he can at least travel or something. So I was always thinking about that. And the free SHS came. To be honest, he was happy away because it released a stress or something, and the money that he was supposed to use for the tuition and all that, he used them for other things that were also important. So the free SHS really helped us, my sister and I.
So your father could have, like they would tell us that Uncle Yabaka Kaji loan because you are twin and he has to send all of you. So it means that the policy relieves a certain kind of burden from you. Before I go to Yao, let me talk to your father because your father is here. Also for Akwaba. God bless you for traveling all the way from Kumasi to this place. We so appreciate you for what you've done. You're a pastor. In fact, I had a pastor tell me that they had to contribute, or parents had to come to them and ask them to contribute some kind of money to support their children when school reopened. And but for the policy, they were going to continue doing those things. But when the policy came, it helped, because if they had to give him for loans from the church, after when the time comes for them to pay for the loan, they will leave the church and they won't come again.
That's true.
And when they don't come again, I sitting here understanding ministry also knows that when people walk out of the church, there are two things that happen: either they join another ministry or they backslide. So the policy has helped to save souls as well. It's really saved souls, because people now will not come for the loan that they won't pay and walk out of the church. We may not look at. I watched a video of a guy that were under drugs. A lot of young guys in ghettos smoking some of these things. As a pastor, having a son going through the policy and the experience that you have as a pastor, can you share with us what you think, or what you
really, it has helped. Not me only, but the Ghanaian society as a whole. Why? Because the cost exemptions that the government have taken. For instance, those money that have been profit to parents would be used for another thing equally important. Secondly, the burden of church members coming to us seeking for loans, seeking for helps, seeking for support has reduced drastically. And so the policy has been good to the Ghanaian society and to we the pastors. Now, when sometimes church members come and you lead them to have some funds for them, when the times come for them to pay or refund, like you were saying, they will leave the church. If they leave the church, it becomes a debt to you, and you need to go to find money to do what?
to pay?
To pay it. It becomes a burden. But now, this problem has reduced considerably, and we thank the government for that policy. We believe that the government, whether seeking loan to do this, or whether using the society, the Ghanaian funds to do it, raising money internally, they all boils up to the resources of the nation. Each and every one in this country must benefit from the resources of the country. It is one policy that I cherish. I cherish in the sense that myself, I had a problem when I was schooling in the secondary school. The problem of school fees, until I got scholarship, I was always thrown out of dining hall. I was always thrown out of classroom. My uniform wasn't good. My sandals wasn't good. So I always feel embarrassed because things that were supposed to boost me steady hard were not there. Now, this relief of the government through the free SHS is something wonderful, because most parents will be relieved of the burden they would have gone through. And so it's a good policy.
All right, you are an executive secretary of COFIA.
Yes.
And so your mandate is what?
Our mandate is to let the Ghanaian society, parents in particular, realize and appreciate the cost exemption that government has given to them.
So you are sort of supporting the Free Senior High School.
Exactly.
Trumpeting it and making people appreciate. And I understand that you want to, you believe that through your efforts, you can have it done in the whole of Africa.
Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now, this your son. Before I go to him, he enjoyed the policy. How did that help you as a parent?
It helped me.
If you can come closer to your microphone, we can hear you.
It helped me a lot, because the same amount of money that I would have used in paying his school fees was used for other things.
Okay.
And for other children or other people who are not my direct children may require benefits from me.
Okay.
It has helped them because I can use those money to support other people, also go ahead in life. Yes.
I don't want to mention any amount, but I think that what Ghanaians have to do is to go to private schools and ask how much the student pay for tuition, boarding, feeding, and all that. Then they will appreciate what the government has done. Yeah, I'm sure that they have to do that. Now, did your son ever called you and told you that he is not being fed well or something?
He schooled at Presec Legon.
Okay.
Never. Not a time. All that he would tell me that are my provisions, and for that provision, that's not
Even
part
when,
of the,
yeah,
of- yeah.
even when we were in school, we still called
Yeah.
for provisions.
Yeah.
Right. Let me go to Yao. Yao, good morning.
Good morning. Sir.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm very
You're happy. Your father is in the studio with you. That's a blessing. Anyway, so which primary, junior high school did you go to?
Christ the King of Kings International School.
Where is it?
Bushen Kumasi.
Oh, so you also, all right. So you got admission to Presec from Kumasi. Wow. Did you think that you were going to find difficulty in entering the secondary school?
No.
You didn't think so. Why?
Okay. Looking at the past records of my junior high school, like entering the senior high level was always easy. So I thought if I'm to pick Presec, you're going to be very
You
easy
got
for
it.
me to
All
pick.
right. So that is easy for you because you were good and you felt that it was easy for you to get Presec because of your grades. But looking at your father's strength financially, were you worried? Did you think that it was going to be difficult for you to access secondary education if there was no free senior high school policy?
No, because I am the only child of my parents. So definitely, if whatever they have to do to make me go to school, they would. So,
They will have to sell their properties, right? They would.
yeah, so I never saw that to be a challenge.
Okay.
I wouldn't get to the scheme.
Yeah, because you are the only parent. Did you have people in your school that were not only that were not the only child of their parent, and they came to school even under the free senior high school, and you saw that they were going through some challenges?
Oh yeah.
How many?
I can't count.
You can't count. You have a lot of people. So you agree that even though you are the only son of your father, and that you knew that your father would do everything possible to ensure that you go to school, you agree that there were people that even under the free senior high school policy had challenges in coming to school. Now, I want you to compare yourself to those people. If your father couldn't afford, or your father didn't have the money to send you to school, would you have gone to the secondary school?
If he didn't have money,
And he couldn't go for loan, he didn't have any loan, would you have gone? Okay, now let me ask you, the teaching, now you're in the university, so at least you have an understanding of how teaching and learning should be. Were you being taught well?
oh yeah, but the only problem was this in Presec they see us all to be very good. So maybe instead of them to like go into details very much, they just brush through. So you have to do the rest. But teaching what they were doing very good.
Okay, so what you're saying is that at Presec, because I know the assistant headmaster of Presec, who is now the headmaster of Abo.
I get it because with the start of the free SHS, people thought it wouldn't be a success. So
So you agree that when you go to the secondary school, you have students who at the secondary school put, I said that, oh, when I woke up in the morning, I was going to take banana. When I buy bread to the house, by the time within an hour or two,